The recent power outages that have affected portions of the national capital and some parts of the country are likely to continue for a while if the energy minister's comments on the situation are anything to go by. John Peter Amewu has blamed the situation on technical faults and has assured that the problem should be resolved in 5 days. The minister and officials of Ghana Grid Company, Gridco, have today been touring some of the areas in Accra which were affected by the power cuts over the past few days. Maxwell Agbagba has more.
We are currently here at a thermal plant, but the minister's first port of call was the Central Business District substation, where some people living within that area, the central part of Accra and then the western part, experienced some intermittent power outages on Tuesday and then Wednesday. Gridco CEO has been explaining that it was due to a purely technical challenge they experienced there.
As the minister has said, this is a new substation, a new technology that we have built in Ghana for the very first time. We built this gas insulated substation because we have limited space and we couldn't build a normal substation. But in trying to come to this station, the last tower here, we were limited by space, so we had to go underground using underground cables. And these cables get heated when they exceed a certain limit. So if we go around, you see that we even have cooling systems to cool the cable, and some of the protective devices, which we call relays, are set that such that when you exceed a certain limit of the current, the station shuts off.
The second place the minister visited was Kumasi, where there is the ongoing construction of the third-tier interchange. We are told that that construction also disrupted power supply because some of the workers there have to divert the power running through the cables. They are also fixing some of the cables on some pylons there. Gridco CEO once again stated that should be over in 5 days.
It's enough feedstock for the generation stations to provide the electricity that we need in Ghana. It is because we are doing this work, that is why we are having some challenges and difficulties. So I want to let Ghanaians be assured that Dumsor is not back. This is not a Dumsor thing that everybody is saying that there is Dumsor, because there's enough generation. When we finish this work, we are going to go back to the reliability of supply that we have been used to in the past. So Ghanaians, I want you to be rest assured that in a few days, when this work is completed, we are going to go back to the status quo. It's like that.
You mentioned at a CBD substation that you reached that threshold, and that's why there was an automatic shutdown of that substation. What really was the impact of this work that you're doing here that led to power outage in central and western parts of Accra?
We said that because we are doing this work, we need to divert. We have shut down the power flowing through this. We have to pass it through the Central Business District. So there is an increase in the power that is going through the Central Business District, and that is giving rise to. That's why I said that immediately we finish this, we are going to bring back the power to flow through these lines, and then we go back to the status quo. We said that in about 5 days' time, this thing will be completed.
The Energy Minister himself, John Peter Amewu, has been assuring that within 5 days, the challenges should be resolved.
Well, for instance, from here we're going to one of the thermal plants. Yesterday, because of the incident, for instance, we had a problem at the generations. You know, this whole business is from generation, transmission, distribution, as you know. So when this occurred, you know, it affects the generators. Automatically, the generators have to shut down. And when the generators shut down, what it means is that the power to be transmitted, you know, to those areas, so automatically, you know, there will be a shortfall, a deficit. And so that's exactly what happened. So we're going to talk to some of the generators to see how, you know, yesterday's activity, you know, impacted on that generation issue. So that's exactly what happened to our friends outside Accra. So apart from the transmission issues that we witnessed in here, and then the BSP point that we saw, you know, at the graphic road, you know, there was a trigger, and that trip off the generators to cease, you know, generating power in a thermal enclave.
All right, so he mentioned 5 days. So for the rest of the country as well. So in 5 days' time, we should be we should return to normal power supply.
I like the way you guys are so anxious of having the power on. It's good you've now experienced the need for continuous supply of power, and that's the work of these good people. We've been in the past, we saw what happened. So of course, 5 minutes of power shortage, I know how our cherished consumers will feel. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, what they are telling us, the technical people, they will address the problem, and we will be back on, on stream. So the problem will be solved, definitely.
The assurance is 5 days.
Of course, yes. You listen to them. 5 days.
For everybody.
Great.
But you see, I keep on sounding this warning. Intermittent power shortfall sometimes in some areas are due to some technical issues, even within the supply end. Some people within an enclave, there could be a transformer problem within that area. That has nothing to do with these large-scale problems that we're having. Those differences, of course, are more of issues that have to do with within your domain. Those will be dealt with. That has nothing to do with what we're seeing across the country. So those may come. Those are technical issues that you may see once in a while. Don't forget, Ghana, most of our equipment, of course, still the conventional equipment. Some of them are old. They are trying to change a lot of them. So this experiences, we may witness it in some minor areas. So one of the technical issues that we were confronted during the period under review. You can see the introduction of new towers. One of the best towers so far, I've been told. And definitely because of the construction work that is going on, there's a need, for them to, halt the transmission of power. Let me use that word, for this period. And so these are some of the problems, that they are facing. But you can see the progress of work, and I'm thinking my expectation is that it's going to be completed within
About 5 days.
About 5 days, yeah. But we put in measures to minimize the impact. But this is also one of the major, causes of the interruptions, as we keep on telling, our cherished customers that there are technical issues that, made us, encounter these difficulties.
So there you have it. Energy Minister says 5 days to the end of these intermittent power cuts. Now let's go to Kumasi and get some updates on the situation, where we're informed tension continues to mount over the intermittent power outages. Love FM's Nanayao Jima has been following this story and joins us on the line. Nanayao, what exactly can you report? Let's hear what you've been hearing from the people of Kumasi.
Little has changed as the time I speak to you now. Bomso now is off. Tech is off, and some parts of the city are off as of now. And since yesterday, this has been the situation. Some places go off as it's when the power distributors want. For instance, Askorima has been off for some time now. Ahojo power has been fluctuating. People there are complaining of voltage fluctuations. If you go to Ahojo Asat now, the people are very, very angry. Many of them say the fluctuating of power has caused them to lose their electronic gadgets, and lots of people are expecting the power distribution service to bring out a timetable if they've resumed load shedding, so that they will know how to manage their things. And also, there are some parts of Kumasi who are yet to see light as of now. Since yesterday when the power was taken, they are yet to see light again. Businesses are reeling under the current situation. A lot of people are frustrated in the Ashanti region. Consumers are also divided over the cost, especially when officials are reluctant to give exact reasons for the power outage, which I experienced in Kumasi. And also, a lot of people want the Public Utility Regulatory Commission to do something about it, because they are supposed to be the intermediary between the people and the utility provider.
Right. Nanaya, what exactly are they saying about the explanations that have been given by the Ministry of Energy, by the PDS, and of course by Gridco?
as I said earlier, the people are divided because some believe that these are instances of sabotage. People are sabotaging the work of the PDS. They believe that since they are new managers of the power distribution company, there are some people within the service who are sabotaging the affairs of the company. Others believe that these are genuine, and therefore we should wait for the time limit government has given to elapse. So we see the changes or otherwise.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that, Nani Aljima. We'll stay in touch as this situation evolves. Now, some of your comments have been coming through about the recent power outages. Let's see if we can read a few of them. Kobo says, haven't experienced any power outages in Kumasi. However, it appears that many other parts of the country have. And we all know from experience that this is always how it starts. John Bambio says, there is no Dumso. Why are we desiring for Dumso to come back? I have not experienced any power outages in my area. The country is generating enough power, and he quotes the source, VRA and Gridco. Let us wish better things for this nation. Seriously, Joy must lead a campaign for us to have, somebody doesn't want me to read that. Frimpong Amwa says, it's only the second day for me. I will decide when it goes beyond a week. Kuya Ewura says, no, Dumso cannot come. Those people made enough provision, so it can never come back. Management/money is the problem. Paco Kanta says, of course, it is back.